Expansion galore.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the England Roger Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. Roger, before we got on the air, we were talking about the Jamaica Association in Hamilton having that event where they showed Fire in Babylon.
Fire in Babylon. Yeah, it's an exciting time because that's when, of course, the West Indies was ruling cricket. So, lots to discuss there. And I heard you were the main speaker.
Yeah, I was actually, and there was a few speakers there, and it's really was a good experience being there, and I'm talking to exchange my experiences, talking about my feelings. But watching Fire in Babylon, I think it's my third time watching it, and each time it gets so emotional,
I know.
you know,
I know.
and
That's so true. That is so
yeah, and
true.
brings you back to the good times, the
The
bad
good, the
times,
good and the bad, and
and
it was a little of everything actually.
yeah, it
Yeah,
shows you how West Indians in the wind rush going to England, how they were treated.
treated. Yeah,
So they
yeah.
were so happy to see when the West Indies team were dominating England, and
There you go. There you go.
and
They all
up to
showed up for
today
it, right?
they did, and up to today, West Indies seem to still play well when it comes to England.
England, yeah, they have that extra
Yeah,
rush to go and do something special there.
yeah, they're for something special for sure. But
But
we've got a
kudos,
lot. Go ahead.
yeah, but kudos to Wilbert Plummer and his wife for putting it on the Jamaica Canadian
Yes,
Foundation over there in Hamilton.
yeah, Winsome, the president of that foundation, which is
Yeah,
pretty good, and they have a packed schedule for this year, so probably
yeah,
we'll go to a few other of their functions.
for sure. We'll take
Yeah,
Love Bay there and make Love
yes,
Bay a presence there.
we will definitely do that. There's so much to talk about today because Super Bowl weekend,
Oh
Formula
yeah,
One,
yeah,
news off field news, if you want to call it that.
I know.
There's a lot of cricket happening. There's a lot happening on the track and field. I spent most of my last weekend flipping from indoor to indoor
Indoor to
championships.
indoor to indoor.
Yeah,
A lot
so
going
good.
on, man. Track and field is getting hot because World Indoors is like 3 weeks away, so
Mm.
everybody getting warmed up.
Yeah, I've seen all these great times, personal best, season best, everything
Yeah,
happening. People are
yeah.
getting faster every week. Is it the shoes, Roger?
No, it's a training. It's a
The
training, not the
training.
shoes.
Okay, good. Yeah, and we got a lot to speak to you about this because I mean, is it summer outside?
I'm wondering what is going on. We're breaking all these records here, so it
Yeah,
must be summer.
it must be summer because one of my friends called me to play golf yesterday, and I said no, I'll pass. But he,
In the middle of February. Oh,
in the
come
middle of
on.
February, but it was packed. He said the golf course was packed. We had to wait for people on the greens.
Oh, my
So
word.
yeah, so he
Wow.
said he went to Galway, and he said over there, he said there was a long lineup of people waiting to play.
Interesting. And it was
Yeah,
only 14.
yeah, it was only 14, and they're out there, and I'm
Wow.
sure they're out there today again because it's sunshine.
It's
So
sunshine, but it's not as
yeah,
warm.
it's
It's
not as warm.
like 7, but yeah, I wouldn't play
Yeah.
golf at 7 degrees.
No, I'll stick to my indoor for now. I'm not gonna go out there. I'll go out when it's appropriate. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, it's people are enjoying this weather and taking advantage of it. So
And they should. They should. I mean, usually winter is cold and dreary, so you get some sunshine in the middle of it. Make use of it. I wouldn't put on the shorts and t-shirts I'm seeing some people are doing, but
it's a bit ridiculous. I see
yeah,
some people in the shorts and t-shirts, and I said, "Hey, we're not there
we're
yet."
not there yet. I mean, I don't mind going for a walk because it's sunny
Yeah.
and all of that, but
hmm
no shorts and t-shirts for me.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people walking yesterday,
Yeah,
and I'm sure, yeah, as I said, we can go for walks, but no t-shirts, weather
no,
nights, not certainly not that,
not even close.
not at all.
Oh boy,
But we got to get through a show. I mean, when you finish, you can go out and enjoy the weather, get a quick walk or something,
something,
enjoy
yeah.
the outdoors for a bit because they said next week it's back to normal.
It should be back to normal, and for some people, that's good news. They've been waiting for winter, and winter hasn't arrived yet. So, for the winter
Yeah,
people, next week is going to be a good week.
yeah, it was funny listening to the news this week when they were talking about banning tobogganing in Toronto and there's no snow. So,
I know.
what are they talking about?
Come on, I know. What are they
Yeah,
decided on? I have no idea.
yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah, so let's get to the show. There, we'll talk some Super Bowl. before any picks, how do you want to start? The
Yeah, I think
matchup.
yeah, the
Um,
matchups, So I think they always talk about the quarterbacks because that's what
yeah,
football is about,
Pur-
American
Purdy and
football, and
Mahomes. Yeah.
you have a top draw quarterback in terms of drafting versus
Mm-hmm.
a seventh round draft. So it should be a huge mismatch based just on that. But Purdy has showed up that it sounded like Brady, where he wasn't drawn in the top round, but they know how to win games. And Purdy had showed me over the last couple weekends with Green Bay and Detroit that he has the mettle to bring his team back from down and to come and win when it matters. So give him some credit. He's been efficient when he needs to be, and I think it's still a mismatch because Mahomes can turn it up some serious notches, which I don't think he can. But he plays within himself, so he's going to keep it competitive. But just based on what I'm seeing, if you look at the coaches, you may say Andy Reid more experience, already has
Mm-hmm.
the cup and all of that stuff. So he's probably going to be winning on the coach, winning on the quarterback. So you already have two of the main things you need to win a football game. But it plays on the field, so people have to show up. It's gonna be interesting to see if Kelsey shows up because his girlfriend is flying all the way from
Flying away
Hong Kong,
yeah,
Tokyo, wherever she's coming, Tokyo, I think,
to
all the way back
Phuket, Japan. Yeah,
just
two.
just to see the game. So is
Jeez.
he gonna be in top four or is he gonna be nervous? I don't know, but he's a key player there. Running backs are going to be key as well. So it's a very very good matchup. I believe KC is a better team, and I believe, as I said, they have the strength in the coach and the quarterback. So I think that's going to take them through.
Casey has been really good on the offense this year, and I mean the defense. On the other hand, Nine has been good as well on
Yeah.
their offense. But I think they haven't played each other this season,
No.
and the first time they're going to be meeting up. So maybe it's a good thing. But I don't know. I'm 8 times to the Super Bowl. Does that have an advantage for San Francisco? But on the other hand, the Kansas City has been there 6 times. So is it 2 times more? That's not really much of an
But also
advantage.
is the recency because I mean this
Exactly.
is going to be 3 out of 5. If Casey wins, it'll be 3 out of the last 5 years
Out
that
of
they've
the
done.
last 5 times, yeah, and back to back, right?
Yeah, so they're in serious territory now. It's almost looking dynasty like. So um, yeah, San Fran is like in the 90s and before. I mean, San Fran was
I
a
mean, they were
big team.
dominating
Oh
then, yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, Montana and those guys. So
hmm
interesting times. But who are you liking though? You with me or
Um, I'm liking Casey.
liking Casey as well?
Yeah, but I'm wondering if I should go the other way because I usually lose, right? And you win.
Well, I'm confident with Casey. I'm actually confident that they're going to do it. So I don't think Purdy can beat Mahomes. Just my
I
opinion.
don't
But
think so either.
yeah,
It's and a lot of just as you mentioned, there's going to be a lot of attention on Kelsey, but
yeah,
he may probably do well. But I'm sure there's going to be other players that
yeah,
will step up
for
as
sure. And the
well.
last game, I think he didn't miss a catch, right? So he was on song last game. So I think he's probably going to, he's a superstar. So he'll be ready. I
He's
think,
just yeah.
you know, it's I don't know if there's going to be nerves from the San Francisco side more than from the KC side. But it's interesting. It's in Las Vegas. It's going to be a huge crowd, lots of noise, lots of craziness. So you just never know. But I believe KC is the better team and they will win.
Do you think McCaffrey is going to be a X factor there?
Is
Maybe.
potentially an X factor, and I think that's where I talked about the coach. I think KC is going to be ready for him.
All
I
right.
think, yeah, I think they're planning for him, just like how I think San Fran is probably going to be trying to plan for Kelsey. I think they're going to be planning for McCaffrey from the other side. So that's where the key is going to happen. And I think, again, it's going to go back to the experience of the coach, where I believe if you shut down those two major players, somebody else is going to have to show up, and the coach is going to have to figure out who that is. And I think, in my opinion, Andy Reid is in a better position to do that than
hmm
Harper.
And Mahomes has the ability to run the ball as well,
He
so
can do
that's
anything, every and anything, right? And
everything.
it's,
Yeah.
I think coming into, he's not injured.
No, he's
It's
not. He's not.
not
And
injured, so he's free to do whatever he wants. So to me, he's the X factor.
yeah, and he seems to be very confident. So
Yeah, very.
relaxed and confident. Just hope Taylor Swift is not the distraction. There's
Distraction.
but she's already on the. If you look at the betting, I mean, there's bets about who's gonna sit next to her,
Her, yeah, I know,
and stuff like that. And
I
I saw Mike Tyson's name in there. I was wondering how did Mike Tyson's
know.
name
Get
get
it?
in there?
But
uh,
that's part of the problem why some of the football purists are not so happy about this Taylor Swift thing because
mhm.
it's less and less about the game and more about things like who's sitting beside her. It's like, why are we talking about that? It's football.
Exactly.
It's a football game.
Why do we even care who sits beside her?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
then
People are betting on it.
yeah, people are betting on it, and I'm thinking when I look at the things they're betting on, I said, wow,
Oh,
it's Vegas. So anyway,
anything goes in Vegas, as
anything
you
goes.
know, and then it also stays there. So, do you have a number for the score though?
But the score, well, I think it's gonna have they're gonna have to keep San Fran below 21, 30, between 24. I'm thinking 30-24.
Or 30-24? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm thinking 27-17 for
27-17. Okay,
KC. Yeah, yeah. So let's see
let's just
who
see.
gets a better closer to the numbers than anything. But yeah, should
You
be a good game.
looking forward to the halftime show as well, Usher.
I want to see what Usher's gonna do. I mean, he's
Yeah,
an amazing entertainer and he has a good catalog of music. So I'm looking forward to see. And he can, of course,
he
he can
can
dance,
definitely.
right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna do something special, I think. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what he does.
And everyone is looking to see if he's gonna bring on any surprise acts. 'Cause,
That's the key. I'm looking for
yeah,
that too. Who's he gonna bring
yeah,
on?
yeah.
Who's it gonna be?
Is Taylor gonna surprise us?
I don't think so.
That's I don't think so either. She'll be too tired.
I don't think so. Well, I hope
Yeah,
not.
yeah. We'll see some other people, I'm sure. But it's gonna be a
Yeah,
fantastic game, a fantastic halftime show, I'm
for sure.
sure.
Yeah.
So, everyone's gonna be tuned in.
And it's
And
going to be interesting to see if there's any ads that are going to
the
change our
ads, yeah.
lives or change our minds about life. But
Yeah.
usually something special comes up, maybe one or two. So let's see what they come with the Super Bowl ads. It's millions of dollars to get it for that 30 seconds. So
Yeah, I
it's
saw a
gonna
few
be,
things. I saw a few previews of some ads. I
uh,
saw a video of
they
a
didn't blow
shot.
they didn't blow my mind though. I mean, I saw
No,
a
they
couple and
didn't. Yeah,
this is you don't have to go to the Super Bowl to do this one, but who knows? Who am I? I'm not a
yeah.
marketing genius, so I don't know.
And then there's a short movie with Taraji, I think, as well
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, so looking forward to it. And some people just watch it for the ads. And
yeah. Some do,
yeah,
some do.
that's so looking forward to seeing that what happens in the Super Bowl. And next week we will come back with the results and update you and have a extensive review on what happened.
For sure, we will. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll move on from that, Roger. We'll move on to some Formula One because a lot of things are still happening off the field,
Off
off the track.
off the track.
Yeah, and some surprise moves, I think, because there's people are still thinking that this move is not good. There's some discussion yesterday on whether or not um, Mercedes will go after Verstappen to replace Hamilton. And I can't see that happening, but
No,
that's probably
I
just the gossip column.
yeah, that's just a gossip column. I doubt that very, 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 very much. But you never know. Never say never in sports these days.
You never say never, and it probably comes out because to Red Bull, they basically look like they're getting rid of their boss, Christian Horner.
Yeah, I saw that, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But I don't know why they would do that. I mean, yeah, there's situations that he has to answer to, but I don't think they're gonna. You have a willing formula. Why are you planning to change it?
Yeah, they had a hearing on Friday, but
Right
there
there.
was no with any resolution.
No,
So
not yet. So
nothing. Yeah,
I don't
it's,
know. Yeah, it's crazy sometimes in the middle of sports and you're winning. Why are you having these mini
I,
controversies in the middle of it?
I don't know. Maybe it's just to keep people interested in the sport.
Keep the sport in
Keep
the
it, yeah,
spotlight.
the spotlight. Yeah,
Yep,
any
yep.
news is good news, right?
There you go. And this is
Yeah,
a lot of news actually. So
yeah,
it's crazy, but
yeah.
it's good because I mean everybody knows the season starts soon and there's changes coming and there's a lot of things happening in the background and the cars are getting ready and the drivers are getting ready and the owners of the teams are getting ready. So a lot is going on and everybody's in the know right now.
Yeah, everybody is. So yeah, we'll soon to start. Just a few weeks away before the start. So I'm sure once it starts, everything will settle and people will get to racing and not
Yeah,
worry too much about the off-field, off-track stuff.
it's never
So
going away. It's never going away.
it's not a Probably won't. Yeah. Well, in some golf news, quickly, the waste management is happening this weekend. Some players are not happy because a lot of bad weather stopped play, the rain, the wind. They're
Yeah,
not even sure they're gonna get through. Last weekend, they didn't get through the full 72 holes. They had to stop after the sun. After yeah, they were trying to play on the Monday. Sunday was
yeah,
rained out, and then they gave a winner after 54. So
yeah.
Liv must be smiling in two ways because everybody who tuned in on Sunday, there was no
No,
PGA, so they had
I
to watch Liv. Even
live.
I
I,
watched Liv.
oh my God. Oh, come on, Ingle. You're, I'm gonna kill you. I didn't know that you watched them too, but I mean, yeah, I think it's just nature taking over, and yeah, it favors live right now, I must say.
Yeah, it does favor Liv, and still a lot of rumors of who's gonna go next or what's gonna happen to them. But
Yeah, it's interesting. I think PGA tried to give up some money, and yeah,
yeah,
it's a chess game right now, in my opinion. So I'm actually just watching. I can't even comment so much on it because it could come from anywhere. Any big name can move over, or PGA may come up with something new. So it's just
yeah,
crazy right now. Can you imagine golf? It's
in
actually
golf.
crazy in golf.
I know, could you? Yeah, the top players are set to make some big money, but
Yes, yes,
some are
yes.
questioning what happens to the rest. But
To the
I
rest,
mean,
exactly.
yeah, so we will see. Keep an eye on that golf. But in the waste management so far, it's been, I guess, Novak is leading 12
Yeah,
under with Taylor. Nick Taylor is
right
tied with
there,
him.
right
Yeah,
there. Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
the names we expect at the top, but
No, no. New names almost
the
every week
names,
these times.
yeah, the week. Well, so many people are defecting to live
I
now.
know, like who's left? But
Yeah,
I see Tiger Woods coming up to make his PGA Tour debut at Riviera,
next,
playing as the host. So
yeah, he's the host next
yeah,
weekend.
so
Yeah,
let's see how he does. I mean, this is the first time he's played. Well, this is the time that he's going to be playing where he has not won for so long. So
correct. Yeah.
he's just not winning for years now, almost in my opinion. So I think he needs to do something special here. Let's see if he can win something.
And it's also the weekend when he is expected to unveil his new clothing line
New
because
clothing line, yeah, it's all
he's
I don't
done
know.
with Nike. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
partly he's got a new line with TaylorMade.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I saw the logo, not the prettiest logo, but
Uh,
it's a tiger in a certain way. But yeah, we'll see.
yeah, you definitely see how that one works out. But I mean, if it's Tiger, it's gonna probably do well.
It probably will do well for sure.
Yeah,
It's too bad he couldn't bring over his signature TW from Nike, but
I know,
don't
I
know.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they didn't.
He made millions and millions off that. So
Yeah, five
he,
hundred million dollar contract is
I
imminent.
know. So he's set.
He's
He's set.
definitely set.
Yeah,
So you're listening to the England Roger Sports Hour on Afrobeats on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. A lot of good things coming up after we're finished. Highway to Africa. Those programs are next. So keep listening to Love Bay as we continue this Saturday on a beautiful Saturday. I mean, even
yeah,
if you go outside for a walk, just have carry Love Bay with you.
yes. So true.
So, so
Beautiful
we
day in Toronto.
definitely we're gonna talk some cricket, Roger, and
Before we get to cricket, just quickly again,
go ahead.
my favorite guy from Montreal. I don't know what's going
Oh,
on with him.
Felix.
Felix
Oh
Auger-Aliassime,
wow.
he got
I
knocked
see.
out again in the second round. So I'm a
I am
little
not sure what's
perturbed.
happening.
I'm a little perturbed. I think the stretch of bad tennis is going for too long now, in my opinion. Do you think something's fundamentally wrong now?
Maybe you just need to do like some of those change the coach, something different.
He needs to do something different because
A
this
lot
is
of
not
tennis players
working.
are changing coaches now, so maybe he needs to because he had a good game in the first round and then
Yes,
just didn't do anything.
consistency is
He's not
gone.
consistency's gone, and he was ranked. He was in the top 10,
Yeah,
and
yeah, it
he's
was
just
like 6 or 7 or something like
yeah,
that.
and
And
then he's just gone way back down now. So it's unfortunate to see him playing
yes,
like that.
very.
And then, yeah, and then I think Osaka played and got knocked out
She got knocked
early.
out in the yeah, straight set knocked out. So I
Hmm.
expect a little inconsistency coming back so soon after having a child. So,
Yes,
but I think eventually she's gonna bounce back to the potential that she has.
yeah, that's so true. And I'm looking forward to seeing her do well again.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, because I think she's such a good
Special.
player.
She's special. definitely special.
Yeah, so I haven't seen much of Coco since the Australia Open, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
she's
And
getting ready for the French, I guess.
and one final thing before we go, something we don't normally talk about, but I saw an announcement that actually interests me this week, which is that Gabby Douglas has announced that she's returning to try and make the USA Olympic gymnastics team for
I
2024.
I mean, I didn't see that, but I mean,
Yeah,
how old is she now?
Gabby is, I'm not sure. She's probably closer to in her 20s still, or closer to 30. I'm not sure.
Oh, I could probably check
28,
that. 28?
28. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Well, that's a
So,
huge comeback. I mean, it's interesting to see if she actually does make the team.
yeah, and it's interesting. She sounds like Chris Gale if you're on topic. She says, "I never announced a retirement.
I mean, so,
I didn't want to end the sport like I did in 2016. I wanted to take a step back and work on myself and my mental state," she said. So
wow.
that
So
she
that's
is
8 years later. She's just coming
she's
back.
coming back. Yeah, eight
Well,
years
let's
later.
see. I mean, Simone Biles is there, and so yeah,
Yeah,
let's see what happens. But it'll be interesting to see both Simone and Gabby
yeah,
on the
it's gonna
team.
be interesting to see that for sure.
Wow.
That will be good. I will keep an eye on that to see what
Oh yeah,
happens and if she makes the Olympic team.
that'll be very, very, very interesting.
Yeah. Okay, now we can got that out of the way. We can get on to some cricket. Roger,
Yeah.
if you want to talk about the West Indies, I mean, after the highs, the lows, and
So, and I keep saying this that every time we win something, it's like Australia woke up and said, no, 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 let's train these guys out and let them know who's boss.
yeah,
So they got crushed in the ODIs,
correct. Didn't look like we
crushed.
didn't compete in the other. West
I
Indies
don't
didn't
even
compete.
understand how you could make 86 in a 50 over game.
Yeah, I think
86.
was it the shortest ODI game ever?
Short, it's shorter than a T20 game.
Yeah.
It's like the people that must have been there must have felt they got robbed.
Of course, I think they should give the money back.
Back, yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like that ODI series never happened because they totally got crushed there. The T20s have started, and I know it would have been competitive. I think
Hmm.
I somehow felt that West Indies probably could have been a little more careful going after that total, but
I think
they,
so. After the start that they had, I thought
yeah,
they would have won the game
yeah,
because,
me too.
yeah,
They had the
yeah,
batting to do it.
they did, and I didn't think, but the West Indies way, they haven't changed. It's like
Uh,
sixes. They're
you got to hit
six-wicket.
six. Yeah,
Yeah.
every ball is a six. No,
Hmm.
make the little runs. Get a two here, a single here. Hit a four sometimes. Don't go for the six every time.
And the thing about it is that the commentators did mention that it was very windy. The wind
Yeah,
has picked up much more than when Australia bat, and the three of the
yeah,
batsmen who looked set all got out trying to hit sixes to the
sixes.
longest boundary
Yeah, I
and
didn't get
into
that
the wind.
either.
Yeah,
That's how I felt they lost. I felt they could have won the game in my opinion.
I felt so too. And especially getting, I didn't actually turned off for a bit. Then
Okay.
went back, and when I saw that they got that close, I was a bit surprised. I think I turned off when Puran got out
Oh,
because I
okay.
thought that was the end of it.
That was the end of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He needs to show up in the games now. He really needs to show up for the West Indies now. Boy.
he needs to. He doesn't show up for the West Indies. Jason Holder had a good knock, 34 in 15 balls in the
It was
end.
a great knock. I
A
mean, he
great
was just
knock.
on. He was firing.
Yeah, so that's what surprised me to see them get so close, but it was due
Yeah,
to Jason
yeah. When
batting
I see
very well.
Rutherford and those guys not, blowing away the thing, I'm like, okay, we're in trouble now.
Hmm. It definitely made you feel that way. But the bowling is what's not coming through for the West Indies. Mhm.
They don't. Well, they're playing all rounders, so they don't have a true. Well, who's the strike bowler there? Joseph. I mean,
Joseph to me is he's a good bowler, but not for T20 cricket.
yeah, he's a good.
I
There you
don't
go.
think.
They
Yeah,
need a good strike type bowler, and they don't have one.
yeah. I'm interested to see what happens with Shamar Joseph in T20. He just got picked up for the IPL, by the way.
Yeah, yeah,
And
money, money, money,
yeah,
money, money, money,
yeah.
lots of money.
Yeah, so we'll see how he goes. If he does well, he could find himself. But Sammy said he wants him in the team, in a T20 team.
Well, why
So
why wouldn't I think it would
yeah,
be good for him to be there? It's just that I
yeah,
think some people are saying if he goes there, he's not going back to test. So let's see how long he lasts in the T20 or if he ever leaves the
yeah.
T20.
I think he'll play Test cricket. I think he likes the limelight that he had
Yeah,
in Test cricket.
yeah. Let's
But
see. Let's see.
on the West Indies side, happy to see Brandon King come back in good form. I
Yes,
think
he is.
I think he should be playing all formats for the West Indies.
and he wants to, which is good.
Yeah,
He wants to,
and
so he would have made a difference in the Test
yeah,
series as well.
Johnson Charles look a little bit unfit, but yeah, he batted well.
He batted well. He batted. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but I think he
Mhm.
performed well. So nothing bad to say about him here.
The surprise move for me was that Rodman Powell coming at number four. I thought Shea Hope would have come there and Rodman stayed a bit down to finish, but I guess the thinking was to keep going after them. So the Rodman
Yeah,
Powell came up and batted
yeah,
higher. So
yeah. That's one move that I wasn't so much of a fan of. I think
mhm,
Power should have been six,
yeah,
five, not four.
yeah, exactly. I didn't think he should have come at number four,
Yeah,
but he's the captain, so I guess
yeah. He made the call, but I think Shea Hope would have been a better one to come there and steady the ship. I think he would have been in a position to steady the ship instead of coming in and trying to keep it flying because I don't think that's his best game.
no, I don't think it is either. And they go out again tomorrow morning, 3:30 a.m.
Yes.
Um,
You gonna get up for that?
I got up for the second half in the first game, and I probably did the same thing again because
Tomorrow.
I
I
don't.
think I think Weston is gonna win tomorrow, so it's gonna be worth your while to get up.
If I get up, I usually get up and check and see who is batting,
Yeah.
and if Weston is batting, then I'll watch. But
Watch. It's not.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan of watching West Indies bowl.
Bowl. Yeah. Well, they don't really have a good bowling unit, so. But yeah, it's interesting to see that Powell won the toss and decided not to bat. So
Yeah, the West Indies seem to like the chase, so
yeah,
that's
they
what
do.
they've been doing a lot of
Yeah.
recently.
Works for them for now.
Yeah, it works for them. Um, Outside of Test match, Roger, we're back with the West Indies championship.
For
Started
day.
4 day. Not a good start for the Scorpions.
So Jamaica, I don't know. I looked at some of the players that they had and said they should be able to make quite a bit of runs, but they they couldn't figure out how to get to 200. Well, they did finally, but it was a poor batting performance by Jamaica, and yeah,
Yeah, I
they
think
got hammered by the windward, hammered.
Hamad, yeah, and I'm surprised actually to see Walton still playing for
He's like
Jamaica.
40, I think. So I was a bit
Yeah.
surprised that they put him in as well because most of the team is very young, and
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe they're looking for experience. So you have Walton, you got Blackwood, you got Bonner there. So it's like, oh, maybe that's they just wanted to have three big names, but I don't think he would have been on the team either.
I didn't think so. Walton captain the team. I mean, Barner
Black,
who's the
Blackwood,
captain?
Blackwood,
Blackwood.
yeah,
Blackwood. I guess he's trying to get his way back into the West Indies
he
setup.
wants to, he
Yeah,
wants to, but he didn't do
but he
he didn't
didn't
do
do
himself any justice. He
no. And
failed in both innings.
yeah, 14 in the second innings and in the first innings, and I think a little better in the second, but not
Yeah,
much better.
not much
He had
better.
16 in the second, so
Yeah,
nothing to talk about.
yeah.
Romaine Morris, I don't know that name. He scored 68 coming down low down.
Yeah, he did.
That's the
I,
new
I was
name.
watching Bonner to see if he's having a chance of coming back to
Mhm.
the consistency that he had a few years ago, but he seems to be done as well. I don't know.
I think since Barner got hit, he seems a different player.
He has been different.
Yeah, he's been a different player for sure. And someone I think that Jamaica is counting on quite a bit too is Abijay Mansingh.
Anything, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And
I was watching to see what he would have done, and he didn't have a good game.
no, he didn't have a good game, but he's someone I think that they're
He
hoping will come good. And if he
he
comes
will.
good, it
I,
will definitely be good for them.
I think he will. I think he has a lot of talent. A lot
A
of
couple
talent.
of other games playing Barbados and combined campuses. But before we even get into that, like, what do you think of increasing to two more teams and bringing in the campuses and
Oh,
academy?
the, I was a little on the fence a bit. I think it's not a bad idea. I think it opens it up to more up and comers to get an opportunity to show what they can do. And yeah, there just has to be consistent opportunities given to them. It shouldn't be like a little one off they play here and you don't hear from them again. But it's not a bad thing to see. A lot of times the combined campuses, they actually play really well.
Yeah,
So
they do. Yeah, but
yeah,
combined campuses to me, it's not a. It's thing that bothers me with that team is that it seems like a team for the Bajans who didn't get selected because you have like
Mostly.
Shamha Brooks and Jonathan Carter in that team.
Yeah, mostly.
You
Mostly.
know, a bit disappointing. Kirsten Kalichurine I can understand, and Paris, and but
Yeah.
I guess you'll need some experienced players, so that's why you'd have guys
That's they
like
try to
Brooks.
mix it up a bit, right? With some,
Yeah,
so I think it's that that's why conceptually it's not such a bad idea. I mean, it's
yeah.
up and comers. You mix it up with a couple of veterans, and they could lead them along and bring them along. So, as conceptually, it's not all that bad. Yeah, I think they should give it a shot and see how it works out. But it shouldn't be they play and then they don't hear from them until next year, though. They have
No,
to
it
have some.
shouldn't happen now.
They need some continuity.
But Barbados in the ascendancy on that game, though, 344 for 8, 139 by Kevin Wickham.
Good
And
man.
good for him. Good. He's the second century of the tournament. For Wickham, he got 139. Bob Combine Campus is 185, and batting the second time, 145 for 5. So they are trailing by 14 runs.
To avoid the
And
follow,
with
to
five
avoid the
wickets.
innings defeat.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But just today's the last day, so
Yeah.
possibly those. That's another thing with the games finishing on a Saturday. Back in the day, Saturday and Sunday were key games to watch
It
cricket.
was the day. I'm surprised they've taken this approach. I mean, I don't know why they started one day earlier. It usually
Um,
finish on a Sunday.
it usually does. And a surprise for me in the other match with Leeward Islands and West Indies Academy. West Indies Academy skittled out the Leeward Islands for 137. And
I always wonder how these little academy people do so well. But yes, what happened to the Leewards here, Ingle?
I don't know. They're not doing too well. Academy, though, they only scored 177. And Leeward's doing a little better in the second innings. They're 196 for 5, so they have a 156 run lead. But today's the last day. There was a lot of showers in St. Kitts.
Yeah, a lot of rain I noticed over that side.
Yeah,
A lot of rain, and it looks like there may even be more rain today too.
yeah, and they're playing at the moment. But Michael Lowy, he had 55 on his debut game, not bad at all. And
Yeah,
currently, Jamal Hamilton is batting well. Jamal Hamilton is actually playing in his 100th first class match.
really?
He's on 62 not out, so it'd be great if he can get 100 in his 100th match.
Yeah, to be special, very special
It'd
to
be
do.
very special. And Roger, some I don't even know how to speak about this one. But Trinidad and Tobago versus Guyana at
That's the rain.
Connery Ground, rain. But there was also a report that cows walked onto the
Oh
field
yeah,
and
I saw that. So, I was
walked onto
wondering.
the pitch.
I was a little confused. How does that happen? I'm confused. How
Yeah,
does that happen?
somebody must have left the gates open overnight, and
And the
the
cows,
cows,
so the cows are that close to the field. They just came over
yeah,
and
the cows
this.
went into. I mean, they see a puddle of water, they're gonna go there, right?
Wow. When I heard it, I was like, "They must be kidding me." It's an
Yeah,
international game. What are you talking about cows on the field?
because the other game is happening right now. It's with Leeward Islands, and it's 5 minutes away from this game, and this game hasn't played since the first day. So Trinidad 215 for 4,
Yeah.
Jason
Yeah.
Mohammed 100 not out, and they're unable to play. And there's a lot of blame game going on there because the St. Kitts Cricket Association saying it's not their responsibility
For the
for the
cows?
no for the cows or for the inadequate covers. They're saying that it is
Come on.
it is the Ministry of Sports responsibility. They said
Come on.
so.
Are we
There's
two
blame
countries over
game.
there, Ingle, or is it one country over there?
It's one country. I think there's been a big back and forth between those two organs, the
Come
government and the sports.
on.
So
Come on.
to me, when I was president of St. Kitts Cricket Association, we were responsible for
And
covers and the
that,
games. So
that's my expectation as well.
yeah, I mean, if
It's
you
a
don't
cricket
have
game.
yeah, if you don't have the funds to buy the covers, you go to
You
the
go to the ministry.
ministry and
Get
ask
the
them.
ministry to help you, but
Yeah,
you're responsible.
exactly. You're the ones
But, but,
responsible for the game.
but
But
you need to give them a call, Ingle. Give them a call.
yeah, I
Talk to
think
them.
I should. Yeah, something's going wrong. But it sounds bad when you hear Andrew Mason, my good friend from Barbados,
Yeah.
and he likes drama. So he started his report by saying cows walk onto the field in Connery. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I will say it's a first for me. I've never, ever, ever heard of cows coming onto a
cow
cricket
stop
pitch.
game. Wow,
Ever,
never heard that. I've seen
ever.
cows walk around it, but not onto the field.
Yeah, never. Yeah.
Yeah, but
St. Kitts goes down in history. First time to happen.
yes, goes down in history. And Fans in St. Kitts are not happy there because St. Kitts did not bid for the World Cup, and now this happened. It just and they're
Yeah.
not, but they're not blaming the association. They're blaming the government. They're saying it shows how
Uh,
much the government don't like cricket.
Come
So
on, come on,
that's
come
what's
on.
happening.
You give credit where it's due, and if it's not due, don't give it. So, I mean, it
Yeah,
should not be a government thing here, in my opinion.
shouldn't be, but can't tell them that.
I know. It's the
Politics,
people,
politics,
and the people love politics.
politics comes to everything. So we'll move away from that. We'll keep, if we have an update for any reason on any of the scores, we'll give it to you. But we move away from that and move to the big series that's happening, which is India and England in that five
England.
test. And we start with the news that Virat Kohli says he's unavailable.
Yeah, it's a big thing for me. As you know, it's my favorite batsman. But
Yeah,
is it he's burnt out again? You think?
I don't know. He just keeps saying it's a personal matter,
Personal
but
matter, but
yeah, maybe
I'm
he's
wondering if
burnt
he's
out.
yeah, because he took a break before, and I wonder if that's what he's doing again. Because he said he's like done for this whole series. Or they said 2 games, but
Two
I don't
games,
know.
but he's now announced that he's done for the series. He's
Series, yeah,
35. Maybe he's thinking of managing and being ready for the World Cup.
maybe,
He
maybe
wants to make the World Cup. What if we hear his
special.
retirement after World Cup?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it
Maybe.
was an interesting article for me. It's like, wow. I mean, maybe he's realizing that he has to look after his body first.
Yeah, it's very much so. And I'm surprised too that they left out Shreyas Iyer because I thought that if with Kohli not there, they'd probably have brought in Shreyas Iyer
Yes,
to play. But
yeah.
India is so strong that I mean, you follow the Ranji Trophy matches every week. Somebody's scoring a triple century.
Century, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, they have tons of players, and I think, I mean, they easily won this second game, and I think they're going to win the series as well.
I think so too. I honestly believe that the series might end up 4-1.
So, yeah, yeah.
England did a good. I mean, they played their baseball as they call it.
But,
It's
hmm
their style, and I thought they could have batted a little better, but they feel like the way to go is to attack.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, and and
That's
they
basketball, right?
that's baseball. Yeah, they said they had 200 overs to bat, but they were going to finish it in 60 or less, and it didn't.
Uh, brings the
So,
brings the
the,
crowds to the game for sure.
yeah, the third test starts on Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's gonna be an interesting test. I mean, they haven't India hasn't truly missed Kohli, so I think they have a good shot to win the series.
Yep. And quickly, just some couple of things to wrap up with cricket so we can get onto track because I know there's a lot happening there in track and field. The Hong Kong Tri Series last week, we talked about that. Canada and Malaysia in the finals. Disappointingly, Malaysia beat Canada in the finals to
Oh
win the
my!
series.
How
And
did that happen?
I think Canada was too relaxed and they thought it was Malaysia, and they went in with a very inexperienced team.
Oh my!
And Malaysia chased down the 230 yard to win when they looked like they had no chance. It
Yeah,
was yeah.
I
So
was saying Ingle must be at home stewing right now. Like, what are they
yeah,
doing?
wasn't happy at all.
Yeah,
And then they've started a 3 match ODI series with Nepal since
yeah.
that, and they've lost that series too because they've lost the first 2 matches
Oh,
with
they I
one to
know they
go.
lost the first one. Didn't lose. No, they lost the
They
second one as
lost the
well.
second one last night. They
Oh,
scored
last night.
285, and Nepal was able to chase that down, which was a little bit of a surprise to me.
Seems like you have a bowling problem here.
But the other is a bowling problem. But the other thing about Nepal has now won 14 straight at home.
Whoa, that's a
So
long stretch for a no-name country in cricket.
yeah, they do not lose at home in Kathmandu.
Wow.
So they chased it down in 45.1 overs.
Yeah.
So they did it in fine style. Couple other series that happened just to Australia to clinch the ODI. That's the women now. They clinched the
Yep.
ODI series against the South Africa. It was 1-1 going into the final one. And they clinched that. Sri Lanka and Afghanistan. Sri Lanka won the only a test match and up 1-0 in the ODIs. The second one goes tomorrow. And New Zealand and South Africa. New Zealand up 1-0 in the two-test series. That was an interesting test
Yeah.
match to watch.
It was.
Yeah, those New South. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a debutant captain test a country before.
Before, yeah, I know it was a strange move, but a move
Yeah,
well worth it, I think.
Yeah, he had 7 wickets in the first
Yeah,
innings. Yeah.
yeah. He
But I
showed
think
up.
it was too much bowling for him because he had to open the baton, so he
I
didn't do
know.
well at the bat.
That I know.
Yeah.
I know. I
So I
know.
think that's it for me, Roger, on the cricket for
Yeah,
us.
just one last thing on
Go
cricket.
ahead.
I saw Fabian Allen got robbed at gunpoint in front of his
Yes,
hotel in South Africa. It, how could you have a international T20
I don't
tournament
think.
there and allow something like that to happen, man?
Roger, I'm not surprised because when I was in South Africa in 2019,
Yeah.
went to a restaurant 5 minutes walking distance from the hotel, and when we were about to leave, the owner of the restaurant says, "No, let me call a taxi."
Oh
I
my
said,
word!
and we could see the hotel from where we are. We said it's
Wow.
there. She said no. And she said, "Let me call one. Don't get one from downstairs."
Really?
Yeah. So
It's that
she
bad.
said that street that you have to cross to go to your hotel, it's very dangerous.
Oh my
So
word!
yeah.
You
So
got a good manager there at the restaurant, but it
yeah, we did.
should not be like that.
It
They
that
should.
should not be like that, especially when you have international tournaments and international players coming in there. It's really sad.
It's an embarrassment to the organizers for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wow.
And as you mentioned, that South this SA finals, it goes tomorrow,
Oh
isn't
yeah, I
it?
think yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the South Africa T20 finals, that's tomorrow. And I haven't watched a lot of it, just the highlights mostly. I've watched the playoffs. Yeah. And tomorrow's game with it's actually live now in the final. What am I
It
saying?
started
Tomorrow
already. Yeah.
started
It's today.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sunrisers Eastern Cape,
Hmm.
15 without long versus the Durban Super Giants. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's has not been the series that I've watched much, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if there. Let me just check if there are any West Indians playing in this final because
That
I
final,
don't
yeah.
know.
I'm not sure.
I'm looking through. No, there are no West Indians. Maybe that's why I haven't been paying as much attention.
That explains it all.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So
All right.
that's it for the cricket.
Yeah, so let's run over to the track and get into some track and field and lots going on as you mentioned indoors, whether it's in Europe or in North America. So I'm going to start with Europe at this time because Femke Ball, who is
Hmm.
dominant run over there, 400 hurdles. She started her first season. So you can imagine you're starting off your season and you run 49.69 to win the
That's
400. So who
amazing.
starts with a 49? And then she came back and ran a big 22.64 in 200. So some massive performances there. We're leading time in the 400 for sure. And a big personal best in the 200. So expect a lot from her this year. But they swing over to North America. We have the man. I have to solely agree that he is the man. He's Noah Lyles.
No lies,
He
yes.
was at the New Balance on Sunday, and I'm not sure if you watched it, but
Yeah, I did. I watched it. Yeah.
last year he came out and he ran 6.51 to win, and everyone was saying he's gonna have a good year in the 100, and he went to the World Championships and he won the 100 meters. Now this time he comes out and he runs a 6.44.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, okay, this man is ready. I mean, he got pushed to the line, don't get me wrong, by the
Yes, you
Jamaican
ran down the Jamaican, yeah.
Akeem Blake,
Akeem
who did
Blake, yeah.
6.45, which was really close. But you know what? When I saw that 6.44, I'm saying, well, you know what? This guy is going to do something special this year. So he's now 10th on the all time list in the 60 meters. And this is a guy that doesn't have a good start. So massive, massive for him. We also saw Grant Holloway, who's pretty much unbeatable
Hmm.
indoors in the 60 meters and world record holder and everything. And of course, he went on to run and meet record equal in 7:35. So he's as I said, he's unbeatable. I think he's like 60 something. Is it like since 2018 or something like that? He hasn't lost an indoor race or something. So he's been unbeaten for a long time indoors,
Wow.
and I think it's going to be almost impossible to beat him in the world's indoors coming up March 1 to 3. On the women's hurdles, I'm always a big fan of Toby Amison from Nigeria, and world
Hmm.
record holder in the 100 hurdles, but she got clipped by Tia Jones from
Yeah,
the
she
US.
did. Yeah.
Very exciting race though. Tia Jones won in 7.72, big PB for her, while Amusen did 7.75. So it's an African record for Amison, but just not good enough to win here. With Devin Charlton from the Bahamas, who's doing extremely well. She was right there in third. So a big race that I really, really enjoyed watching. The men's 1,000. It was about none other than the world champion over 800 meters from Canada, Marco Aroff. I'm not
No,
sure if you watched that 1,000 race, but
no, I didn't see the 1,000 race.
he
No.
was dominant, 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 dominant. He national record, meet record, second fastest time in history. You know, he went for the world record, and it was pretty close actually. So it was a fascinating race to watch. I thought he was going to start slowing down, but
Hmm.
he ran 2:14.74, and the person that came second ran 2:16.76. So you know he was gone. You know he was gone, 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 gone. Good win for him. And a national record. So this is his fourth national record. So he's started racking up on a very, very impressive resume
He's
here,
been
Ingle.
looking very good. Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched him last year in the outdoor season, and he won the worlds, right?
yeah, he did. So you
And
know,
he looked good.
so two Canadian records this year, and his fourth Canadian record in total. And yeah, he's racking up something big here. He's racking up something really big. So let's see how he will continue with that. We also saw in the 300 meters, of course, my favorite U.S. athlete, Gabby Thomas. She was
Gabby,
coming in
yeah.
with a stomach flu, they said, and she
Hmm.
toughed it out. You know, she is from the area. She grew up over there in Boston, near to Boston, went to Harvard. So she
Hmm.
said she just had to show up and run. And, you know,
Yes, I
sh- she
saw
went
her in
out
the
there.
interview.
Yeah, and she ran 35:75, which, you know, it's a very, very fast time. So to come in sick and to do something like that, it was amazing to watch, you know. Second was Favor Feely from Nigeria, who also went under 36, running 35.99, and Leona Irby from US running 36.05. So a very competitive race over there. We also saw in the men's long jump, Jamaica's Kerry McLeod was fourth in the World Championship in Budapest. He jumped 8.20 to easily win. I mean, second was 8.02, so he was way ahead of everybody else. So he's off to a good start this year, and he's saying he's coming to do something special. And let's see if he can. And I think he's a talented young man. He does triple and he does long, and he made the Olympics to do both events. So he seems to be focusing on the long now. So let's see how far he goes. NCAA indoor champion from last year. And yeah, we saw some other races. The women's 400, Canon Ellis won that. But all in all, the 60 meters, Micaiah Briscoe from the US, she was pretty easy winning in 7.10. So a very interesting meet. I actually quite enjoyed the meet. It was good to see the fast times, and you know it just gives you that energy to say track is back. So
Hmm.
awesome, awesome, awesome performances there, and let's see how the season unfolds. You know, we also saw over there in New Mexico, Julian Alfred, and you know she
Yes.
doesn't play around. So she started off with a 7.04 and a 22.16 double in the New Mexico Collegiate Classic. So the 22.16 is a world lead. The 60-meter 7.04 was the world lead for a short time, but she's off to a great start, and it's going to be interesting to see just how good she does this year. But the world lead for the 60 meters actually with Iwa Sabota from
That's
Poland.
important. Yeah.
She was flying
So,
7.01. Like, okay,
yeah.
these people are not joking around, man. So fascinating race, fascinating race. She was actually pushed to the line, so by Italian. So it's going to be
Hmm.
a very, very interesting year. I mean, if you're running 7.01 getting pushed to the line, you have Aliyah Hobbs running 7.04, Julian Alfred running 7.04. The big name Jamaicans haven't really touched the track yet. So it's going
Right.
to be a fascinating indoor worlds this year, I can tell you that, from what I can see. We also saw some other big names coming out. We saw Bahamian Stephen Gardner. He opened up his 2024 with a 300 meters where he won. And not only won, he won convincingly with a world lead. So it's always interesting to see the guys coming out on their first race. Big world lead in time. You know, it shows just how good you are. And
Good, yeah.
he won with 31.78, world lead in time in the 300 meters. So let's see how he continues this year because I know he's coming for the 400-meter title. Not sure about indoors. He may do that, but for sure outdoors at the Olympics, that's his focus. We saw young Jamaican Rashid Broadbell, who a lot is expected from in the hurdles. He ran 7.56, which is not quite the 7.35 that Grant Holloway ran, but
Right.
this is not his thing. He hasn't done indoor before, so this is his first indoor season, and I think he's getting ready for World Indoors. So let's see how fast he can get, but it was impressive to see him winning the 7.56, while another Jamaican, Nikisha Price, won the 400 meters in 51.04. So Interesting times. Another Jamaican legend, Campbell, shot putter. Nobody knows much about him, but he's been breaking the shot
No.
national record for a couple of times now, and he also set another national record in the shot put for Jamaica. So let's see how he does. He made the finals last year at Worlds, so let's see how far he can go. But he's coming out and he's trying to do something really, really big. In other track and field news, a little more what's coming up. We have the
Mhm.
Melrose Games tomorrow, and that's going to be an NBC as well. I think it starts at 1. But Ingle, I think the Melrose is even going to be more exciting than the New Balance. More big
Mhm.
names. Julian Alfred is going to be there. So let's
Mhm.
see, if you have a moment to tune in, try because it's going to be a fascinating Melrose Games over there in New York tomorrow. While in Jamaica, the Camperdown Classics is going to be on track today at the National Stadium. And it's just a development meet, don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
the coach for Camperdown for many, many years was Glenn Mills. So all his racers, athletes usually open their season at the Camperdown Classics.
So
So
that's this afternoon.
that's this afternoon. I think it starts
Mhm.
at 9:30. This is actually started already, but the big events are in the afternoon.
Actually,
So
I think I saw some schools event results.
yes, they're starting up. Yeah, yeah. So they
Okay.
started up with the schools early. And yeah, today Antonio Watson, world champion in 400 meters, he'll be there. Zarnell Hughes, Oblique Seville, Rashawn Clark in the 400 hurdles. So pretty much any big name you can think of from Grand Mills racers will be there today. He doesn't have a lot of, well, he doesn't have any real female stars in his camp, so you probably won't see a lot of females. But for sure, from a big name point of view from Racers Track Club, they're all going to be there at the Camperdown Classics in Jamaica today.
Hmm.
Some other track and field news. Shelley and Fraser Price has come out and said for sure, she's going to retire after the
Okay.
Paris 2024 Olympics. So she has a really, really good career.
Yeah.
She's probably going to be one of the first. I don't know if she's going to do it, but if she was to win,
Hmm.
to win in her fifth Olympics after she won in her first would be something I
Yes,
think has never happened before. So
I
let's
know.
see what she can do this year. But she has given a lot to Jamaica. She has given a lot to the sport. So thank you, Shelley and Fraser Price, for all that you have done for track and field. And we're rooting for you to do something special this year
Yeah.
and have a wonderful retirement when it comes after the games. But kudos to her for what she has done. And I really appreciate everything that she has provided to the sport and to
Yeah.
Jamaica.
I'm looking forward to seeing that, to her going out on the top because she's my favorite
I
sprinter
know.
from
I
Jamaica.
know.
But not just from Jamaica, of all time. I think
Sometimes, yeah,
she's
yeah,
just a personality, a smile, everything just radiant smile. So I
absolutely.
think, yeah, she's saying that she start thinking, when you start thinking about getting up, what you do in this, and she's saying the right thing. She's sacrificed a lot. She's got a family. She's got a son, a husband.
Yeah.
So I think it's time. Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, I've had a long talk with her husband a few years ago, and
Mhm.
everything she says is true. Like
Yeah.
he said to me that whatever she needs, he
Right.
makes sure he does, that she is comfortable, she doesn't have to worry about anything. He says she's going to the airport, he carries her suitcase. She
Mm.
needs to eat, he makes sure that he's cooking for her. He makes sure that anything that she needs, so she doesn't have to worry about anything, that's what he does. And it's a
Wow.
huge sacrifice. So she's right. I know, but he enjoys doing it. He really loves her, right? So he
Right.
enjoys doing it. He enjoys seeing her happy. He enjoys seeing her success, and it showed. She's happy. He's happy. Family happy. He can't ask for anything more. So it's beautiful to see. And she's saying yes. She has probably recognized how much she has given, and her son needs her, and it's time for her to give back to her family and make herself
Makes
available
sense.
to them. So let's see how that one goes.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're saying that Jacob Ingebrigtsen from Norway, he's just got married over the summer, and
Okay.
his wife is already pregnant. So,
Wow.
so kudos to him. And he's actually saying it may be a girl. So let's see if it affects his performance this year. And finally, in track and field, I think we're gonna have a quick chat about a Kenyan athlete by the name of Michael Saruni. This guy is trying to dodge a drug test angle. So
Why
you know
is
what he
that?
did? He got a lookalike to represent him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and when the testers found out that it was a lookalike, they saw him jumping fences, running away. Like I have never heard anything like that from when I was born.
That is crazy.
It is crazy, but of course they caught up with him, and now they've given him a 4-year ban. So nice goodbye to him. I mean, he was a hero in
Mm,
NCAA time, running out of
hmm.
Texas UTEP, but he's gone for 4 years. So,
Wow. Dying for 4 years, just get a look-alike. Wow.
get a look-alike and then jump in fences to get
Jump
away.
distance, that's so crazy. One
Yeah.
other thing I signed track with you before we get on, we have 5 minutes. I saw that Jacobs has moved to the Florida, to the States to
Yeah,
train.
Marcel Jacobs. So yeah, we did
Marcel
talk about
Jacobs.
it. Yeah, we did talk about it a few months ago when he just actually did it. But yeah, the
Hmm.
article is out now that he's there, and I think he's settling in. He likes it because he can walk around and nobody knows who he is or cares who he is.
Hmm.
He's working in a camp where he's not the star. He's there with Trayvon Bromell. He's there with Andre DeGrasse. So he has competition in training. He has stars around him, different atmosphere, and his family's there with him, and they seem to be very happy. So he's learning English and all of that stuff. So seems to be good for him. I think I don't know. I'm not 100%
Imagine
sold
that.
how good he is.
American left, American born have to learn English.
Yeah, but I think he left when he was like months old, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he left very, very early. So, but he lived all his time in Italy. But I don't think he's as good as people say. But we're gonna find out this year.
I
He's in a
don't think so
situation,
either, but
yeah,
we'll
to
see.
see. Don't take anything away from him. He's the Olympic champion, but I just don't think he's the man as they're trying to make him out to be.
Yeah. Just have 2 minutes left. If there's anything you want to talk about to wrap up,
Just the
the
football. I mean, there's two things in
football.
football. I don't know if you've heard
Hmm.
about the sin bin and the blue cards that are coming in England. And
No. No.
all the big coaches are very upset about it. They say it's going to destroy the sport and all of that. So it's basically like if you were playing football and you shouted at the referee,
Hmm.
they give you a blue card and you have to sit out for 10 minutes. You get a
Oh,
timeout.
really?
A kid get a timeout. That's
Oh,
basically
wow.
what it is. So they give blue cards to give you a timeout. So you do come back on, but you get a timeout for 10 minutes. Makes no sense at all. They
Makes
don't
no
know when it's
sense.
going to be a red versus a yellow versus a blue, and uh, they went nuts on this. They said it's going to just destroy the game. So the timeout is called a sin bin.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
sure why they
is
call it a sin bin, but
the
they
sin
want to
bin.
try it. They have delayed it, and they said no. So let's see if they actually come up with it. And the last thing we want to talk about is none other than Mr. Lionel Messi. So he's got himself in big trouble,
Yes.
really big trouble. So he
Not
went
playing.
to Hong Kong, said he was injured,
Hmm.
did not play, but he did warm up. And of course, it caused a big, big ruckus over there in Hong Kong. And
Yes.
it was a huge protest. They booed or whatever. The organizer had to pay back a percentage of the
Yeah.
spectators to give them back their money. So
Yeah.
he went to Tokyo and he played, came on and played in Tokyo. But now he's in China, and they're saying no. They've canceled two games. They were supposed to play. Argentina was supposed to play Nigeria and Ivory Coast as some practice games. They canceled them.
Hmm.
So right now it's like it's a huge change in the sport. So are you saying to me that if Lionel Messi is on a team and does not play, you're gonna not
You
play the game? I
not
mean,
play the game. That's crazy.
it's
They
all about
can't
him.
dictate who plays.
They can't. But that's what they're
But
doing. And he's saying he's injured and he's not supposed to be playing when he's injured. But of course the tickets were sold based on the fact that he was coming.
he was coming. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a discussion for another time because it could probably change the sport.
Yeah. We definitely should take up this discussion some more.
Definitely a big one. But yeah, to see that China going as far as to cancel
To
upcoming games.
cancel the games, just yeah.
And it's not even his club, it's country, it's Argentina. So it's ridiculous.
It
Absolutely
is.
ridiculous. But it is the new world that we're in.
It is definitely a new world we're in, and yeah, this generation has don't have time for nonsense.
Their expectations are different.
Expectations are very high and different. As you said, different. I don't want to say high, different.
Different.
Yeah,
So, if you're
yeah,
Lionel Messi, if you have one foot, you need to be out there because that's what I'm paying my
yeah.
money to see.
That's what I came to see, and you're soon finished playing in your career, so make sure
Yep.
you play.
Make
Yeah,
sure you play, no matter what.
yeah. Wow. Nice.
New world, Ingle, but it is
Yeah.
fun. We enjoy it.
Yeah, we enjoy it. We've come to the end of another program. We're listening to the Raj and English Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. We'll see you again next week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have fun and be safe.
Be safe, everyone. See you next week.